My name is Joshyan Saundston, a Breton with a quick and perceptive grasp of spellcraft and resistance to magical energies. Sis. I found myself in the Imperial prison after being arrested in the waterfront district for public intoxication, but I never could have imagined what would happen next. I don't remember what happened yesterday. I must have had too many drink combos of Drain Intelligence. I remember looking for my lost Argonian slave, Puff, and I guess I got picked up by the Imperial Guard. Nothing to do now but make the best of it. I checked to see if they've got anything to drink in this place. Bit of a dry spell, it would seem. But then I find a cool skull in the corner and take it for myself, when I notice someone across the hall from me.
Snotty expression. You're a
Leave me alone, dude. I've been bullied my whole life.
Right? Nothing but a bunch of stuck-up snobs with cheap parlor tricks.
Dude, shut up. I'll cast a chi ball right now.
Try your magicka in here. Let's see you make those bars disappear. No? What's the matter? Not so powerful now, are you, Breton? You're not leaving this prison till they throw your body in the lake. Oh, that's right. You're going to die in here, Breton.
It is what it is, dude. At least I'm a good person.
Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
I tried to scare away the guards with my magic, but they didn't seem impressed.
We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
You? I've seen you.
Well, a lot's up, Josh.
You are the one from my dreams.
They decided to let me tag along
This is official business. Do not interfere.
I realized the Emperor has an of-age female bodyguard, but I decided out of respect for the Emperor I wasn't going to try anything.
Close up.
We were attacked by assassins, and naturally they were lucky to have a talented wizard with them to save the day.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Just doing my job, tubes. The Emperor's of-age female bodyguard was now non-alive, so at this point I knew I definitely wasn't going to try anything, but I figured she would want me to have her weapons. I also noticed that the assassins had some cool wizard robes that I wanted, and I also grabbed a couple of dank drink combos off of them. The hood didn't fit my big peanut head, but the robes were rather dashing. Who's that cool Cobra?
They won't be the first to underestimate the blades. I'll take point. Let's move.
You stay here, prisoner. Don't try to follow us.
They left me unattended, and I was immediately attacked by some rabid rats, but I fired a fireball at them from my Cobra, and then the next one I decided to fire from my hand just for fun. Looks like we just scored a way out of here, and that is definitely what is up. I ended up fighting off a few more rats before coming across a of-age, non-alive, non-human Boglum that looked a lot like my ex-girlfriend Jessica. At this point, I realized she had some nice goblin titties, but since she was non-alive, non-human, and non-consenting, I decided not to try anything. I wasn't really paying attention to why the Emperor was here and why there was assassins trying to get him and why they're leading us through the sewers, but moving on, I had to fight a few more rats and even a zombie. Leave me alone, dude. You're lucky my legion of fans isn't here. They'd take care of you. At this point, my magicka was running low, and I had to take care of this one the old-fashioned way. At this point, I was having trouble keeping it up. My magicka stash, I mean. But luckily, I soon found a couple of Blueskys to keep me going. I consumed them promptly. Things were getting pretty intense at this point, so I decided to suit up and get serious. I got out my knife when I saw this alive, of-age, non-human Boglum, but I decided to grab a few ingredients for a dank food hack before I get involved. And wouldn't you know it, the goblin sounded a lot like my ex-girlfriend Jessica. Couldn't help but notice he had his own dank food hack going, so I grabbed that and went on my way. I was starting to feel pretty confident about my skills. Cast a circle of protection on myself and continued onward for one of the last goblins here when I started feeling a buzz when I realized I was being attacked by a goblin shaman that looked a lot like my ex-girlfriend, Jessica. Sounded a lot like her too. Really looked like her a lot, actually, now that I think about it. Jessica, is that you? I told you to leave me alone, you psycho. I admit, she was looking pretty goth, but I decided not to try anything. Eventually, I met up with my crew again.
Here they come again! Get the Emperor out of here.
And I was able to be a little more helpful this time.
Damn it, it's that prisoner again. Kill him. He might be working with the assassins.
Leave me alone, dude. I'm not hurting anybody.
No, he is not one of them.
Well, a lot's up, Josh.
You know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand.
The Emperor started spewing some religious crap at me, so I told him I hail Satan and run a cult.
Which sign marked your birth?
And obviously I was born under the serpent. That's what's up.
Protect the Emperor! Oblivious! The Emperor's in danger! They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
You're not my real dad, troll.
The Emperor!
Well, a lot's up, Josh.
You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants.
Better not let the Prince of Destruction get the Amulet of Kings, boy.
Take the amulet. Give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him and close shut the jaws of oblivion.
I don't suppose a GoFundMe would solve any of this, huh?
Stranger, you chose a bad ritual to take up with the cause of the Satans.
We failed.
Anyway, at this point, it was time to choose my own class. I decided to go my own way. A magic build. Top attributes, obviously, luck and endurance. And for my skills, I chose dank drink combos and a series of other magic. Of course, named it the Cobra Demon, and I was ready to head on out. They hooked me up with a bunch of new magic, and I was feeling like a pretty powerful wizard at this point. That is magic, and I'm definitely not just on fire for some reason. I summoned a cool skeleton dude named Sean to help me with my battles. At this point, I realized that I was actually becoming a ridiculously strong wizard and able to cut down pretty much anything in front of me. On my way out, I came across this chill sewer rat that seemed friendly, so I gave him a clove of garlic and then gave him a good old-fashioned pet. And it was time to finally leave the sewers. Oh, it's definitely time for an adventure. Weather is permitting. I was immediately assaulted by nature, and I realized that stuff out here is a little bit stronger than in the sewers, unfortunately. My PC was really kind of crapping out at this point, so I turned the graphics down. I feel like they gotta, put out, a graphics driver update or something. We'll see what happens. Maybe it's me. But I had to end up fighting a couple of bandits with Sean. After we took care of them, I decided to make my way to the nearest civilization I could find. I just had to find a way in first. And I eventually came across this shady-looking dude. Oh, his name is Shady Sam, apparently.
Yeah,
okay.
Come here. I got what you need. You need something special? Check out my wares. You won't find this stuff at your local general store, that's for damn sure.
Well, let's see what he's got.
Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Take a look through his wares, and I find skooma, but it's a little bit out of my price range. So I end up selling him all of my valuables, and I was able to finally, through some haggling, afford the skooma, and I still had 1 septum to my name.
Thank you for your patronage.
I promptly consumed the skooma, and it really helped speed things up to get me the rest of the way to the front gate.
You have my ear, citizen.
I found this cool battle mage that was looking for some pointers on dank magic spells. Tried to get in the gate and realized it would not move no matter how hard I tried. I even tried to cast a few Cobra spells on it to no avail. So I ended up having to go through the lobby.
What is it?
Welcome to the Arcane University. If you wish to become a part of the Mages Guild, seek out the head of the local guild halls. They will instruct you further.
Looks like if I want to get serious about magic, I gotta figure out how to join the Mages Guild.
You have my ear, citizen.
I didn't take anybody's ear, troll. I summoned a thunderstorm and made my way to Skingrad, a town that's supposed to have a Mages Guild. I found a dank drink combo store and decided to go in to ask for directions.
Me? I'm Falanu. House Falalu. As if that matters here.
Can I ask you about the town?
I'm the only alchemist in Skingrad. Not much business here, but I can't go back to Morrowind. It's just like anywhere else in the Empire. By the way, do you happen to know what the fine is here in Cyrodiil for necrophilia? Just asking.
At this point, I realized this woman's a sicko. But I decided to tell her since that's obviously some knowledge that I would have on hand anyway. Is it a first offense?
Let's assume no.
Then it's at least 500 gold.
That's nothing compared to Morrowind. Thanks.
God, I hate sickos so much. And I was really thinking about buying something from this store, but I don't think I can in good faith now. Wait. So anyway, I sold a couple of apples that I had and able to afford my bog witch.
A pleasure to serve you.
I found a nice spot by the window to eat it, and it immediately gave me terrible gas. So I decided to head out and figure out where I can find that Mages Guild. But it was getting pretty late, and I figured this might be a good time to stop. I could turn in for the night and try again tomorrow.
Over here!
What the hell?
Yes, you. We need to talk. Yet, we can't talk here. Too public. Meet me behind the great chapel at midnight. Don't let anyone follow you. I'll make it worth your while.
Worth my while, huh? Oh!